Hi, Cancer. It's LP, and I'm doing a weekend read for January 10, 11, 12 of 2020. This is obvious, always, as always. We don't really worry too much about the date. Whenever this message finds you, that's when it's for you, okay? I'm using the angel deck, the universal deck, to give me an oracle message, an overall arching message for you. I got two, so and I'm going to say it's a message for us because I am a Cancer. I'm a Cancer sun and moon. So I'm pretty Cancer-y. And anyway, so our message is of awareness and truth from the angels. And I'm clarifying with the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz. It's a beautiful deck that is very nature inspired. And I'm learning that deck, so I will be clarifying with the book to help me interpret the message for us, okay? The angels want us to use some awareness and some truth. So I think that this is awareness about truth, and that's I'm also, of course, always using intuition as well. So awareness and truth. Quality or state of being aware, mindful, watchful, informed, and having knowledge. So we need to be informed and have knowledge of the truth. We need to pay attention. Be mindful of what's going on around you. Awareness encompasses all planes of consciousness and indicates a need to be watchful for messages symbolically, spiritually, and physically. There's some truth we need to be aware of. This card signifies a time to gather knowledge. Find out all you can. Knowledge is power. Get all the facts and don't give your power away. Pay attention to details. Don't overlook the little things. Fast changes often follow complete awareness. This is a time for careful watchfulness. Don't stick your head in the sand. See things as they really are, and that's truth, right? Look at your options carefully, not just the obvious ones. Consider the larger picture and long-term effects. Be informed of all that is taking place, then act consciously from a place of knowingness. When you are present in the moment, awareness sparks new possibilities. This is a wake-up call on all levels, personally and globally. So I am just overwhelmed with this. Don't stick your head in the sand and see things as they truly are. With this truth card, that just seems to be what we're supposed to, that seems to be the message for Cancer. The truth card is in accordance with experience, facts, honest, correctly established principles, sincerity, genuineness, and loyalty. Drawing this card signifies a need to really see clearly what is going on. All right. So there's an awareness and a need to see things clearly, okay? Do not allow your hope to cloud the issue or your imagination to run away with you. Look deeply, see the situation for what it is, and act with sincerity. If you are hurting, experience your painful feelings. Don't try to avoid them by stuffing them inside. Only then can real growth be realized. Sorrow can sometimes be avoided by breaking out of dull, compromising rut you've created for yourself. What is truth to you? What do you truly believe? This card puts you on notice that you need to align with what is really important to you and for you. Are you facing the truth in a situation? If fear enters the picture, it can distort your perception, work to dissolve the fear. If you rely on what is truth for another without believing it to be true for you, you may find yourself feeling slightly off course. That which is truly yours will come to you. That which is not will fall away. It's important to remember that truth is never limited to a single concept. Follow your own truth and allow others to follow theirs. Okay, all of that's great. But I'm overwhelmingly hearing you need to see clearly what is going on. Okay? You need to be aware of what is really going on. You need to be aware of what is really going on. So let's get some clarification about what area of life is this talking about? Where do cancers need this awareness of the truth? Where are we not, as cancers, where are we not looking at, where are we not keeping our eyes open to the truth? It's a major arcana card. It's Temperance. Temperance is about patience and forgiveness in the traditional tarot. This is how it looks in this deck. It's pretty beautiful. So there's some awareness, some truth that we need to be aware of about our patience. Let's take a look at what she says about Temperance. It wanted to come out reversed, but she didn't. When I was reading this book, she said that she does not like her cards to be, she didn't draw them with the intention of them being read in reversal. So I'm not going to do that because that's what she wants. Temperance is about healing and renewal. The great blue heron remains calm and peaceful as she blends the opposing elements of fire and water. The Temperance card asks you to be a moderator, much like the heron. Focus on cooperation and compromise. If you've been excessive in one aspect of your life, practice self-restraint and moderation now. You'll find a new sense of healing and balance from bringing a little harmony back into your life. It's time for healing and balance. So there's something that we need to look at, Cancer, as we need to be aware of the truth where we are out of balance in our lives. And restoring this balance will bring harmony. It will make us a lot more comfortable than we're likely feeling right now. Oh, it could be that we're out of balance in some situation that requires us to cooperate or compromise. It could be that the balance is in some area where we have been excessive. Okay, so we need to be aware of the truth that we are out of balance in an area that we are being excessive in. Okay, let's get a couple more cards about this balance and this excessive thing that we need to get real with ourselves about as Cancers. Right now we need to be aware of a truth where we are out of balance and are maybe being a little self-indulgent. Maybe we have been allowing ourselves some vices or some there's some area where we're out of balance and we need to get real with ourselves about it and restore this balance to bring harmony back into our lives. Wow. This Nine of Swords card is just absolutely scary. So nines are about the end, nearing the end of a cycle. Swords are about usually air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but they're about thoughts. This is a lot of thought. This looks chaotic to me. The Temperance card is also Sagittarius energy, so that there could be some Sagittarius involved in your situation, Cancer. This Nine of Swords card is something. Wow. I mean, Nine of Swords is not really ever a great card, but this image is, I really want to see what she says about it, because that's stunning. Nine of Swords. Dark visions and anguish. An extremely dark card. The Nine of Swords reveals the deepest shadows of the self. It indicates insomnia, nightmares, and worries in the midnight hour. Often these states are accompanied by guilt, despair, or even depression. You'll be battling with yourself, so turn to others for help. Find joy and reach out. This obsessive thought, these sleepless nights, are what are pulling you out of balance. You need to be aware of the truth of the situation to restore this balance in your life. You need to be aware of you need to be open to the truth. You feel guilt. You feel shame. You can barely sleep, ruminating on all of these negative thoughts that you have about yourself. This has been a very dark time, Cancer. You're coming out of a dark time. And the Temperance card is here to help you restore this balance. The other card that came out with this is another major arcana, and another major life event, the Empress. Okay. It's a 3. The Empress is, in traditional tarot, about nurturing. It's the mother of the deck. You might want to connect with your mother, if that's possible. That just came to me. That's intuitive. Your mother knows the truth about who you are. It might help bring some balance to these intrusive negative thoughts that have kept you up. The awareness, the truth that you need to be aware of is that you have guilt that you need to release to restore balance in your life. The past is the past. You can't go back. All you can do is learn and go forward from here and be the person that you want to be from here. But it does require some temperance. It requires some balance. It requires you to not act out in the ways that are so self-indulgent, self-satisfying. That's the truth. Let's see what she says about the Empress. That's heavy. Creation, nature, the mother. The Empress is the mother or the goddess of the tarot. Her energy encompasses all that is warm, fertile, creative, and sensual in the world. Her strength comes from being gentle and compassionate and loving without binding. When this card appears, it's pointing to either a maternal relationship in your life or the side of yourself that wants to love more. The Empress also suggests it's time for you to reconnect with nature. Go outside tonight and find the moon. Okay. So, there is a need to be gentle and compassionate. So I think that you need to be more loving toward yourself in this forgiving of this past, of letting go of this guilt. And I think that it's also indicating that you want to be a more loving person toward others. So you need to be more loving toward yourself and more loving toward others. And part of loving yourself is letting go of this guilt so that these sleepless nights can end. And part of being more loving toward others is knowing the truth about this self-indulgent behavior and being aware of it and changing it and behaving in a more loving way and restoring balance to your life, where you are balancing caring for yourself and allowing yourself the joys and the things that you love in the world and the things that you enjoy, but tempering that with caring for others and caring for yourself, because sometimes this self-indulgent behavior can be fun, but can be very detrimental to self-love and the way you care about others and the way that you want to love others going forward. If you want to leave this in the past, if you want to leave this behind, if you want to restore this balance in your life, you need to love yourself better by making better choices for yourself, and you need to love others better. You need to be, this indicates that you want to be better at caring for and loving others. There's a balance to be restored. There's a truth to be aware of and admit that self-indulgent behavior or has caused you to feel guilty and have sleepless nights, and balance needs to be restored through loving yourself and loving others more. Love yourself by forgiving and letting go of this past. And there's not a thing that you can do about this past. accept, learn from it, and go forward from here being the person that you want to be, loving people in the way that you want to love them. Okay? All right, Cancer. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.